Hi, this is Hugo from Essteem. Glad to see you all here after the Women History Month Equalithon that we ran last month. We had three teams working for a challenge by and with Girl Develop It. So, Mary, could you give us a few words about what Equalithons are? Why we do this? And Mary, you are my co-founder at
Yeah.
Essteem.
So hi Katie. I think we did a game night together.
We did. Yes, it's good to see you again.
You too. We got to do that again.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. So I am the co-founder of Esteem, and we organize monthly Equalithons that help companies to unlock innovation for social and environmental impact. Every month we pick a different topic and we support a nonprofit organization by building a solution for them. And we, for Women's History Month, we partnered with Girl Develop It, which is a nonprofit that's one of our actually best partners. We've done some things with them in the past, so really excited for what teams have come up with and to introduce you to some of the team members. That's it.
Right, and Katie, it's really nice to have you here. We're still admitting a few people to the call. So, well, let's begin with, can we learn a bit more about Girl Develop It and what you do in general?
Yes, I would love to give that update. So my name is Katie. Like Mary said, we have had the opportunity to have some game nights together that I've participated in, and we love partnering with Essteem. Our mission is to create welcoming and supportive opportunities for women and non-binary adults to learn software development skills, because we really believe in a world where all people should be included and empowered in developing the future of tech. And we really can't have an inclusive space, especially in AI, without a really holistic lens of individuals working towards that future. So we recognize the gap, especially for women and non-binary individuals, to get into the tech space, to feel comfort in the tech space. And what we do is we offer affordable classes and projects, opportunities and events like hackathons. And our main goal is that people develop code, confidence, and community. Really, code and community being, confidence and community being the biggest pieces of that, probably even more than code, because we realize that having a really strong network of individuals that will support you and feeling comfortable to sort of trust yourself and grow is really the best way to learn and to achieve your goals. So to break down a little bit more of that code, confidence, and community, with our coding, we host classes. We've trained more than 100,000 women and non-binary adults over the past decade. And in 2021, we really made a big shift to hosting all of our classes virtually. Obviously, that was a systemic to the pandemic, but actually really helped us close a gap that we were seeing, where a lot of the adults that we wanted to include in our courses that we were holding, in city centers, in community spaces, weren't able to make it just because of the other responsibilities they have with work, family, transportation costs. So moving to virtual allowed us to train more than 5,000 individuals last year alone. We had over 160 different courses, and that really ranged from basic internet usage to web development, data science, machine learning, command line, e-commerce, UX, among other things. And so the way that we build confidence in that is through empowering our individuals that participate with us, our members. We really position students to be bold in their learning and develop the skills and confidence so that they also can become a teacher. Many of our students go on to become instructors. Really fantastic. It's something that we're really proud of. And we really like to be flexible and creative in the way that we engage our members. So a lot of the work that we do, like I said earlier, outside of just developing that sort of front end or back end code and development, we we do a lot with professional development, sort of, how do you start a career in tech? How do you restart a career in tech? How can you really optimize your engineering resume? How do you become a woman of influence? These are some of the topics that we have offered throughout the year because we want to be so much broader than just coding. And
this is basically, yeah, I think this is one of the reasons why we wanted to support you this time with the challenge, the specific challenge that we had apply with, and creating a wizard for your community to apply more easily to jobs. How important is that in your opinion? To support that side of the downstream of what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely, positively. We feel like it would be a lost opportunity if we just gave individuals the skills and then we're sort of like, hey, you're on your own now. Really being able to provide mentorship, support, and like I said before, really looking at the logistics of what it means to take those skills that you might have developed and take it to the next level is such a key part of what we're committed to doing now with our courses. But that's all through, like I said, these we have our typical memberships where individuals can join, take classes, but then we also offer a personalized membership where people can get an actual mentor, hands-on support, work on your resume, practice your pitch, go through those practice interviews and stay with these individuals throughout their job development so that downstream there is that continued network of support.
Wow, this is great. Anoosha, I see you're here. I know you might have some connection issues, but Anoosha is working with Essteem as someone who might, work on the application that was developed during this hackathon to support various communities, GDI communities, to find jobs. So, Anoosha, would you like to add a word for, what we're trying to build here?
Yeah, for sure. So sorry if my Wi-Fi cuts out. Just want to put a heads up, or having really odd weather up here. But basically, we just thought that by developing an app, it would just make the job sourcing and finding process so much easier for people within the community, because I feel like the problem is when people find a job, it's like, okay, I've applied to all these, but what do I do next? And then it's also like, wait, did I apply here? I kind of don't remember, and that sort of thing. So it's just giving them a way to have a nice organized place to find jobs, apply to jobs, and then also like, okay, is this the right job for me? So having that ranking system is, I feel like, what makes ApplyWiz set apart from other things.
Sounds good, and hopefully we can turn that into an implementation and real service to various people in various communities. All right, so maybe it's time to begin with the team demos. What I'd love to do here is to hear anyone from team one. So if you recognize yourself, you can unmute and begin to share screens.
I can go ahead. Hugo.
You have about you have about 5 minutes, Donna, and then we'll ask you maybe 1 minute of question or feedback or anything with Katie and Anoosha. Thank you.
I'll just start sharing my screen.
Seems to be working. We see your screen.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'll start. So good afternoon, everyone. We're excited to present the web application called ApplyWiz, covering the A to Z of your job search, designed by team one, which consisted of 3 UX designers, Abrar, me, and Rob, 2 software engineers, Jennifer, Melanie, and a data scientist, John. So our topic was to design a job search tool which gives a common platform to the job seeker or talent, the freelancer, and the admin. In order for our team to craft the best possible solution for the user, we wanted to create something that could be built and easily implemented by the developer team in a short amount of time. Since the preliminary research was already done and the problem derived was that the talent didn't have enough time looking for the desired job opportunity, and the question was, how might we offer the support to the talent by searching and applying for a role that is the best fit for them? And the solution was to create a web application where the talent can share job preferences, freelancers can add relevant jobs, and the admin can cross-reference, share, and connect with talent and freelancers all on the same platform. The talent will then have the option to either apply by themselves or have the freelancers apply on their behalf. We decided to conduct competitive and comparative analysis and look at the features across the competitive websites. These features were used to simplify and enhance the user experience. And the few key takeaways that we derived were that, and we made the competitive and comparative analysis for both talent and freelancer. So the few key takeaways were that free basic onboarding with the option to upgrade was desired, a questionnaire which builds a customized profile for the users, the option to receive notifications, use filters and search options as well. Company and talent reviews were missing for most businesses. Few businesses do not offer response follow-up emails or texts, and very few businesses track talent response follow-up emails and texts. We then decided to generate the user flow for the talent, where the user arrives at the landing page, they select the option of talent and create the account. They complete the questionnaire and the profile is created. The user then gets the introductory call from the admin, then a list of job openings and the LinkedIn profiles are sent to the user. The user then has the option to apply by themselves if the skill rating is more than 7.5, or assign the freelancer to apply on their behalf. If the skill rating is less than 7.5, the freelancer will apply for the user. We also generated the user flow for the freelancer, but we didn't get time to iterate on the design for this. We were able to breathe some life into conceptualizing some design decisions. At this stage, we took our user flow and previous research and talked through some potential pain points the user may face in the flow. Turning back to the primary persona, which is the talent for us, we then began to generate few sketches and also the low fidelity mockup. We generated the mood board as well to help us with our final high fidelity prototype, as it builds a strong visual framework. We wanted to focus on the features and visual design aspect of our prototype. We then generated the high fidelity prototype, where you can see few screens shared here. And also we made the style guide so that the handoff to the developer team was a bit easier. Let's look at our final product made by the developer team.
Don't hesitate to describe what you're trying to show.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show like the actual website that was built by the developer team. So is that okay if I share the video, or do you want me to talk through it?
Yeah,
Jennifer,
if you can describe what we're seeing.
I think the audio isn't working on the video.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, but no big deal. We just saw a sign up, and then you uploaded something. Maybe you answered a few.
Yeah.
Okay,
So basically,
yeah.
you go. If you're new, you'll register and sign up, and then it will bring you to a form where you can fill out all your information. You can upload your resume, and then it'll bring you to kind of a list of questions so that they can figure out more of what you're looking for. So this is the sign up. And here it just gets your basic information. You can upload a resume. And then it brings you to a list of questions so that you can answer kind of what you're looking for in a role, so that the admin can get all of this stuff before they have the call, so that they kind of have a better idea of what you're looking for. And then you get the screen where your profile is complete. And then you can look at all the information that you added. And then this would be your matching page where you can see what jobs that the admin has sent for you, save jobs that you're interested in, and you can find out more about each of the roles.
Wow, this is great. Thank you very much for this demo. I think we're out of time. If you have one last word you want to share.
Yeah, I just would like to talk about the next steps where, like we wanted to obviously have the ability to autofill fields and then enabling messaging, finish setting up the authentication, integrate web scraping, and conduct like card sorting for the sitemap, conduct usability testing, and complete the freelancer and the admin sites. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you so much.
Sigma
Katie
5,
and
yeah.
Anoosha, would you like to share any feedback, like really quickly, because we have 2 more teams?
You're on mute.
Darn it, I'm sorry. That was phenomenal. Fantastic
Thank you.
work. I love the vision. I love how easy it was. And anything to help people stay organized, the job search.
And we made the logo as well. I forgot to mention that, Katie. We made the logo as well. I wanted to share that as well. Like
I
A
just
and
like
W.
that vision board was so fun. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Fantastic job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for that. All right. Anyone from team 2? We'll have to switch relatively quickly to stay approximately on time. I apologize for that, but thank you so much. It was great. Anyone from team 2 who'd like to go on? We might have more time if no one is there from team 2. Just gonna give you one more second. One. Anyone from team 3? Oh, looks like I don't think we have.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Thank you so much, Yana. Would you like to go on with, sharing your screen and demoing what you've proposed for this? You're doing the same challenge, right? Apply with.
Yes, we did apply with. Give me 1 second.
Thank you so much.
All right, we can see my screen.
All good. Thank you.
Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. So thanks for having me. I'm representing Team 3 for the Women's History Month Equalithon. Our team was a little bit special, one could say. We started off with 5 and we left with 2. Me and my partner being Alice, we were the only UX designers. So unfortunately our system did not get handed off to developers or end up being developed, but we did end up creating a high fidelity prototype for us to look at today. Okay, so essentially the way that we approached this was we first tried to figure out which challenge we were going to go with. We went ahead and chose the Apply Wiz challenge. Following that, we completed some research in the 1-week sprint that we did have to do so. Then from there, we followed up with our design process, doing our sketches, then leading us to our lo-fi and our hi-fi wireframes. And then lastly, we have our final result, which is something that we had prototyped. Oops. Okay, so the challenge, we chose challenge 2, the Apply Wiz. And essentially the main problem or the thing that we sort of took out from it was creating a sort of system that enabled communities of women in tech to get support for searching for jobs, applying to them, developing their network, and for their next career move. So then that led us to our research component, where we did a competitive analysis as well as a Moscow method. In our competitive analysis, we basically looked at some of the most popular job engine search people things, like a LinkedIn or a ZipRecruiter or an Indeed. But we also compared these to other staffing agencies as well, such as like Robert Half, a Fiverr, Kforce. Essentially, we broke down what their features were and tried to figure out like how we could best build the Apply Wiz to be something that was not only competitive, but also had a little bit more of an edge. Some of the features we looked at, of course, included, how they assess the skills for their talent, if they had any sort of like test or assessments. if they had test projects, if there was a way for, you know, employers to contact the job board itself, or if it was just, you know, independently done by those who work for the company, etc. We also did a Moscow method where we broke down what our application must have, what it should have, what it could have, and what it wouldn't have. Our must-haves included, of course, abiding by the challenge and what the wishes were for co-development, and allowing for a skill-specific job matching service with a scoring system. Some of the should things that we included was, of course, there would be some sort of database or some sort of AI technology we would have liked to been developed so that it could better match talent to opportunities. And some of the could haves that we wanted to mention was, of course, like I just said, a skill assessment, again, just to like check and see where the skill level is with the talent to better improve their matches. An ability for employers to, you know, directly contact Applywiz with openings, as well as some sort of admin manager system, so that the HR freelancers, or as we call them in our group, specialists, could be monitored. And something that we said our system would not have would be test projects. So then we began our design process. We did some sketches really quickly, the landing page. We basically built out or thought out that there would be a dashboard, essentially a dashboard for the specialists or the HR freelancers and the talent. These are our, basically like our general lo-fi wireframes, very bare bone, very basic, starting with our landing page, a login page, the analyzer, which is essentially like the form to fill out when you are putting up a new job, as well as what it looks like all together. Then we went ahead and built out our hi-fi. So again, still, you know, missing a couple of things, this, that, and the third. Because it was a 1 week sprint, we definitely rushed it. And like I said, it was just the two of us. And then lastly, these are our hi-fi wireframes, but this is just one iteration, and the second iteration is what I will be showing you today. So yeah, this is what it looks like prior, and thanks for having us. And I will show you really quickly. Sorry for the British accent. I do that when I'm nervous.
No, thank you very much. This is great. You got a few more seconds.
It's loading. Come on, Figma.
Uncommon loading time for Figma.
Yeah, it's also
There we go.
It's also my little computer. I definitely need to like clean up
Yeah.
all, like boot camp documents and screenshots and whatever else on here. It's just,
It's so hard to make the time for it though.
yeah.
Because after this, you'll be like, okay, that's over. I don't need to clean it now.
Like I literally have my external hard drive here ready to do it, but I'm just like, and I'm just prolonging it. Okay, I think it's coming up. It's a coming.
If it doesn't work, we can already maybe switch to some thoughts and feedbacks or questions from Katie, Anoosha.
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
Oh, there we go.
Here's something. Let's see. Okay, so I only was able to really prototype a couple of flows, just because again, it was just me and Alice, and then most of the prototyping we did after we turned in our final into the drive. Essentially, I can show. Let's see. So this is flow 2. This is what the system looks like from the specialist or the HR freelancer's point of view. So they can see how many applications they have, anything that's on hold. We also thought that we should like include like sort of like analyzing sort of things. So we have a graph here, I believe. Ta-da! Little interactive point I put there. Just designing because I had nothing else to do. Positions placed, etc. Inbox, and then from this menu, this is how the specialist would essentially post a new position. Here's go develop it with a new job. Basically, all of this is sort of filled out from the employer, but there's room for edits. Who posted it, who's the hiring manager, as well as leaving space for the LinkedIn profiles, any notes that needed to be added.
Looks great. I just want to open to questions from Katie and Anoosha or anyone in the group. Do you have any feedback?
I don't have any questions. I love the look. I think that it's really clean. I think it's so user friendly. I know that, you weren't able to get the whole way through. So kudos to the two of you in 1 week doing all of this work. But I just love how intuitive it is. This is definitely the most intuitive site I've ever, if I were an HR consultant, this would be such a dream to use. So it looks really nice. And I just love the, on hold, that first page that just tells you exactly how many you've got through. Good job. Well done. Really, really lovely.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'd like also to bounce back on what you were saying, that some of the people in your team didn't commit for the whole time, or so some people joined with expectations of working for just a few hours, and that's fine. This is open to relatively free, but what's really important in the teams is to communicate openly about the time you can commit initially, and then try to stick to it. We see that there's a lot of people who cannot make it. Priorities change, and that's very normal. This is volunteering based, and so sometimes some teams are prevented from going to the finish line because of that. And in your case, I guess the developer or developers couldn't make it, so that was obviously a bad, something that can happen. But in some cases, you can see the results that you could see with Team One, and this is really amazing. So we have two examples, kind of opposed examples of one team that could really focus on getting the development done, and the other that stuck to design, and both help. It's really nice. Now I think for the winner of this Equalithon, we tend to privilege a bit more the development side of things when the whole team could develop something. So it's probably going to go to Team One. However, we're all voting tonight, so I'm going to open your polls for. If I launch the poll, you'll be able to vote for the best pitch tonight. So feel free to vote for Team One or Team Three, since we didn't see Team Two. And it's the best pitch. It's not the best application as it could work. It's how people. It's how the team, delivered the pitch, including how things were explained, what the challenge, and how you solved the solution. I'm just gonna keep it open for a bit more time. And we don't have only the team members here, so that's good. So this is going to give you an additional badge on your certificate, and just the simple fact of having finished an Equalithon is something that you should definitely mention to prospective employers that you can connect with, because they will love the fact that you're dedicating so much efforts to a nonprofit, to a project, and that you finished something that looks so good, that can even work just in a week. This is amazing. So they're gonna love it. And if you do one Equalithon, you can see the results already. You can see some of the mentors and people who participated in past Equalithons in the community. You can reach out to them, or you can ask me to put you in touch with them so that you can ask. For instance, Sylvan posted something in the career channel today, and he's participated in a few Equalithons like that, and benefited from that and shared that with his bootcamp. And hopefully we can also communicate on all of this with you, Katie, and attract more people to GDI. So it's I hope we're developing a win-win and a positive value cycle, if you want, there. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. And I see that Team 1 got the most votes for the best pitch. So congrats.
Congrats everyone. That was so well done. So fun.
It was really amazing to see what you've built. Thank you so much. And don't hesitate to get in touch with me and ask questions, and get in touch with Katie Franco, who's on our Slack, and then with Katie here, so that we can, just continue implementing this and keep the good work. So we'll follow up on that as well. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Hugo. Thanks, Marie. Thanks, everyone. Great job.
Bye. Have a good night.